Welcome to Start My Practice. So glad you could join me here today. Today I want to talk about phone skills in a dental office. How can we answer the phone with some fun, some passion, and therefore have the results we want? The question becomes is where do the value statements come from and why? Where do we create that value? And if it's an existing patient, we don't create the value on the phone. We create the value in the back, having a conversation, talking about oral health and what's going on. First off, where can we create the value at and how do we do it? Do we just ask a patient to come back or do we give them really compelling reasons in the back for them to return later so they don't no-show or cancel on us? You know, people are always asking me about how to eliminate no-shows and cancellations. This is it right here. Because if we haven't created that value either on the phone with a brand new person or in the back with someone who's coming back, we don't have a chance. We will have lots of no-shows and cancellations. And just asking somebody and putting it on their calendar on their phone is not enough. We have to ask very thought-provoking, deep questions in order to do that. And the same with a brand new person calling in. If all we are is that, we're Dr. So-and-so's office and we're happy to see you, we're not a whole lot better than that lady, especially if we can't even smile and project some energy through the phone. You know, we need to bring that positive energy. I'm sure everyone's heard me say that I believe when two people meet, one of us is going to influence the other one. Now, either you're going to pull me down or I'm going to pull you up, but with my energy, you ain't pulling me down. I hope I'm going to pull you up. I'm sure some days I'm not successful at that, of course, but I try really hard to have such a positive energy that I can pull people up with me. And that's always my goal. So when you're on the phone with somebody, first off, are you sitting there grimacing and unhappy or uncomfortable? Does your chair hurt your back? If so, what can be done to change that so you can feel good? If you feel good, your energy is going to be better. Can you smile? Can you ask questions of the patient? And can you be passionate about what it is you do? When we're on the phone, what can we do to bring value to offset whatever the patient's concerns might be? You know, patients are always asking, hey, how much is this? And if all you answer that question, you bring in a certain amount of value because you answered their question. But if you can bring more value, you have a better chance. Because if all you do is say, hey, our crown's, $2,000, and I'm chuckling at you right now going, holy cow, someone has a crown that's $2,000? Sure, I'm sure somebody does. If you bring enough value, you can. But if you answer it at $2,000, the way you guys are rolling your eyes right now, you're going to be like, oh, there ain't no way I'm scheduling here. I'm calling somebody else. But if by contrast, I can say, hey, let me look that up for you. Hey, what's important to you about a crown? Why do you think you need a crown? Did someone tell you need a crown? Wouldn't that be kind of handy to know why they're calling us, asking us for our price on a crown? Because maybe it's someone else diagnosed them and they thought they were too expensive and they didn't provide enough value. I don't know. Maybe they don't even need a crown. Hey, are you sure you need one? Because, at our office, we have some really amazing technology here. We might not need to do a crown. We might be able to do something that's less invasive and less costly, but we'd have to see it. That's an interesting little conundrum of a statement there. Or, hey, what's important to you? Where is this? Is this in the back? Is this in the front? Are aesthetics important to you? Do you care? I ask because, there's different qualities of materials that can be used. There's different qualities of labs that can be used. There's the ability to do it in one appointment versus 3 if your temporary falls off. These are all factors that play a role in your decision. Are any of these important to you? Well, sure, I can't afford much time off from work, and yeah, it's right in the front where you can see it, so I don't want to look stupid. Okay. And everyone thinks that every dentist is the same. Those of you who've worked in various dental offices, is every dentist the same in terms of quality? God, no, they're wildly different. Some do lots of continuing ed and do meticulous, amazing work, and some are doing the same work they started doing 25 years ago. No judgment. I don't know who you are. Maybe you're one of those people that does it amazing because you do lots of CE. No clue. But is it all the same? The answer is no, it's definitely not. So how can we give them context? I heard someone say once that if you don't give context, you just give text, you're left with a con. And I thought that was pretty profound. I thought that was really good. So if we can't give the patient context to make a good decision of the quality of materials, the quality of lab, the quality of workmanship, The fact that we can do it in one appointment or versus 2 or 3, all of these things, and if we can't be excited when we're having a conversation with this patient, what are the odds we're going to convert these people over? So the question becomes, where does the value come from in your office? If it's a returning patient, it probably comes from the back. If it's a brand new patient calling, inquiring, it obviously comes from the front. It all depends on how you handle these conversations. So it's a tough job to answer the phone. If you're in the back and you don't understand it and you think they have an easy job because all they do is sit and answer the phone, you should try it sometime. It's a tough gig. If you're sitting in the front thinking the back's got it really easy because they just sit there jibber jabbering with each other, having a good old time, you should try it. It's a tough gig. I'd suggest you all flip-flop for a day every now and then and see what everybody else's lives is like, because it's not easy. And it'll give you context about what your teammates are doing. And I think if you have some context for that, you'll have some appreciation for it and maybe some compassion for how difficult someone else's job is. But where does your value come from? How do you develop it? Here's the question for the rest of your meeting today. Hope you enjoyed our show. Can't wait to see you 8 o'clock Mountain, 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Until then, have an awesome day.
What if you could have the practice of your dreams? What's holding you back? Imagine a life where you have everything you ever wanted.